Marley, known in the music fraternity as Bob Marley. Bob Marley. So a little information about him. So Robert Nesta Marley, OM, was born on the 6th of February 1945 and died on the 11th of May 1981. So if you can realize, we're celebrating more on the day that he died, that is around the 11th of May there and all that. Yes, he was a Jamaican singer, musician, songwriter, considered one of the pioneers of reggae. His magical career was marked by fusing elements of reggae, ska, and rocksteady, as well as the distinctive vocals and songwriting skills. So when it comes to Bob Marley, a different personality. We all love him. We all love him, and for him to feature Sarkodie, I know the conversation is there. Sarkodie has jumped on a Ghost song, but amazing tune. I'm glad we were able to enjoy it before coming back to the studio. So yesterday was his birthday. Robert Nesta Marley, aka Bob Marley, and yes, Charlie. Anytime you wake up in the morning and you burn some trees and his tune is on, bro, it takes you to a different planet. It's medicinal and it helps you meditate. Yeah, wow. But he was a Rastafari. He was a Rastafarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just like the history that you just gave and the fact that you remembered that yesterday was the birthday. But then we usually come to that point where a lot of us usually remember 11th of May as Bob Marley's day, because we've not actually gotten the main birthday for Bob Marley, and we'll be celebrating the day that he died, usually like that, and it's just good that we remember his birthday and actually make good use of that and actually focus on that day and celebrate that day better, because why do we celebrate the death day than the birthday? You understand?
I'll tell you a story about that one when we come back.
You see, so it's just important that we celebrate him. Happens to be that most of the songs that he sang and he has been inspirational. Apart from when you even come to the Christendom, people who say that apart from gospel that we usually use to praise God, the most motivational and inspirational song that you can listen to is reggae. So like from Bob Marley, we like the other reggae artist said there, he birthed actually reggae song that we know of.
He's part of the pioneers. I don't want to put it like that.
You are going to say that he is
part of the pioneers. Yeah.
But the other pioneers that we have, how much has their reggae affected us than Marley?
You see, so for Bob Marley, I don't know why we are doing Bob Marley, but let's just use 2 minutes.
Yeah.
For Bob Marley himself, and let's say the Wailers, Culture. Yeah. There was lots of reggae artists. Exactly. Bob Marley had a chance to travel further with his works.
Yeah.
You see, Bob Marley stood out because one, he was a Rastafarian, and two, the message he always had to give out, not just in the songs but in interviews, the way he portrays himself, the way he goes about talking about not just the material stuff but what really goes on in life, the reality, according to the Bob Marley books and all that. So I think he had the opportunity as well to get his music across borders and all that. So
but
he's
part. But
yes.
You see, we are talking about culture. There are a lot of them. A lot of reggae, Eric Donaldson.
Yeah.
But the issue is actually we listen to them. But at the end of the day, when you are to sample,
you see the same way I prefer Bob Marley. Somebody will prefer Culture. Somebody will prefer Lucky Dube.
Me, I prefer Lucky Dube over them. But when it comes to that point where you are to actually bring out the person who actually give you that
to frontier the whole
reggae aspect of things, that has the nerve to actually fight for the reggae music. UB40. You know the rivalry between the reggae and the UB40 type of reggae.
The story about you, I don't want to get much.
You see,
don't let us cross to that line.
So we are not crossing there. But what I'm just trying to say is that the time where Bob Marley have to actually say, like, actually narrate the reason for the reggae music, the reason why they have to say some things that they have to say in the reggae music. He was someone, like, you were going to the Ashanti region, you are like, there were women who fought, at that time, but Yas and Tiwa always stand out. What about the other women? You understand?
Yeah.
So Bob Marley happens to be that person who stand out to actually go and say that this is our thing. It's reggae for us. We are the people who knows how to do it better. You get a picture. That's what I'm just trying to say.
So that is that for Bob Marley, aka Tough Gong, aka Donald Marley. He had lots of names, but let's just keep it that way. Guys, we'll dive straight into our daily dose of Vim, and then when we come back, we'll give you the food for the day. I know FO is also ready with something from Songs of Solomon. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Once upon a time, a deer was pregnant and she was having labor pains. It was evening time. The forest was covered with black clouds. Due to the black clouds, lightning had fallen in the forest and the forest had caught fire. The deer had to leave her house due to forest fire. She came to a riverside to give birth to her children and drink some water. She saw her face in the river. Anxiety was visible on her face because her house was on fire and she had to give birth to her children. Just as she was going to drink water, she heard noise of some movement in the bushes on her left side. She looked to her left with squint eyes. She saw that behind the bushes a hunter was aiming at her with an arrow. The deer was already very nervous and was now even more afraid when she saw the hunter. The deer thought in her mind to run away from there. As she turned to run away to her right side, she saw that a ferocious lion was hiding in the bushes in her right side, and he was ready to attack her. The deer looked all around. There was hunter on one side, the lion on the other side, the forest fire on the third side, and the deep river on the fourth side. She could not cross the river because the river was very deep and full of crocodiles. Death was all around her. There was no way to escape. The deer thought hard to save her life, but there was no way out. Then the deer thought to herself that her death is certain, so why be afraid? Why not to die with dignity? The deer calmed down. She started drinking water fearlessly and started hoping for the best. Seeing her drinking water, the hunter drew his arrow, and as he was about to release his arrow, there was a strong lightning sound in the sky. The hunter's hands trembled due to strong lightning, and he missed his target. His arrow hit the lion. The lion got injured and his eyes fell on the hunter. The lion attacked the hunter and started running toward him. The hunter started running to save his life, and lion started following him. With the lightning, it started raining heavily, and the forest fire was extinguished. After drinking water, as soon as the deer raised its mouth, she saw that there is neither a hunter nor a lion, and the forest fire has also been extinguished. The deer did not waste any time and ran away from there. She went to a safe place and gave birth to 3 children. If we see in our lives, then we will find that there are times in our life when we are surrounded by difficulties from all the sides and we don't see any way out. But one should not lose courage in such times. No matter how much problem come in your life, never be afraid of it. Instead, face problem openly and think positively. Because once you face problems with courage and think positively, then you have hope. And once you have hope, anything is possible.
Okay, so welcome back to the studios of Home Based Television. Yes, that is our daily dose of info. Yes, do not lose hope. No matter how bad the circumstance looks, there's always a way out, or something will happen. Naturally, the universe will pave a way out for you and all that. Let's dive. Time is fast spent, but let's dive straight. Or if you do want to add something to it, or
No,
should I?
it's well explained on both
Okay, so let's dive straight into our food for the day. When we come back, we would continue. Okay, so that is what we are eating for today. Evo.
Africa Star Apple.
Yes.
We call it Alansa.
Alansa. It's in
Yes.
stock. It's in stock.
Yeah. Then if you just behind us here, Ameria Fati, you can get
Anti-fatty.
Anti-fatty. You can get some there. So that's Africa Star Apple. Alansa. Usually, because this fruit are local, we usually sometimes because they are local, we forget the English names. So it's Africa Star Apple.
Yeah.
It's like we have the foreign apple, we have the Africa apple. So this one is the Africa Star Apple. So Alansa,
Okay.
we've given you the health benefit. So straightforward. You know, this is Valentine's season. We are just giving you the love quote in the Bible. So this morning I am going to Songs of Songs chapter 5 verse 1 to 5. I read, I have come into my garden, my sister, my bride. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb and my honey. I have drunk my wine and my milk. Eat, friends, and drink. Drink your fill of love. I slept, but my heart was awake. Listen, my beloved is knocking. Open to me, my sister, my darling, my dove, my flawless one. My head is drenched with dew, my hair with the dampness of the night. I have taken off my robe. Must I put it on again? I have washed my feet. Must I swell them again? My beloved thrust his hand through the ledge opening. My heart began to pound for him. I arose to open for my beloved, and my hands gripped with myrrh, my fingers with flowing myrrh on the handles of the boat. This is Songs of Songs chapter 5 verse 1 to 5. This is a lovely quote from Solomon the king, and I can read on and on and on and on and on, and you see that there's love there. But one part that I want you to take is that I have come into my garden, and my sister, my bride. So my sister my bride is like my sister. I have gathered my myrrh with spice. I have eaten my honeycomb and my honey. I have drunk my wine and my milk. Eat, friends, drink and drink. Drink your fill of love. This is the love season, so drink the fill of love. Amen.
Okay, so that is effort being romantic and all that. Yes, we are in the love season. And all that. So, guys, what we'll do is we'll go for a quick musical break and a quick break. When we come back, there's we will talk about the Grammys, where Burna Boy is pissed off at the award scheme. And yes, there was a massive historic performance from Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, and almost everybody on their God Did song by DJ Khaled. And Beyonce has become the most has won the most Grammys record breaking of 32 awards in her name. We'll have that conversation. We'll preview you to a couple of videos that transpired in this year's Grammys. Our very own Stonebwoy, Igbia Dem Kiddy, and a couple of our celebrities when it comes to the musical fraternity were present there also. So we would have that kind of conversation right after this break.
Sorry, my feel what do you woo? Brana media, my come move. Unfondi won't to my perfume, my Jimmy Passo Minishi and a Jimmy Soup. Tromiletta, and my one dame, woman, when you crack. Semi won't take me never. Or don't I tying as a letter, Ivo Chaka Chaka. For the me, ye mon come on. For family, Gina, whom in Mobo. Untim in the Gary photo, come on, who brave would not touch in the bottom, ye will be a Casona Bra. Ye be sibo crown of Pahona Tra.